Hello everyone, we're going to be talking about angles in this lesson. So here are some little angle signs that I made. So we're going to learn about angles, and most of you already know a lot about angles, or you can recognize one when you see one, but there's a few other terms that we are going to learn that might be helpful. First term we're going to learn is about a plane. Not an airplane, but a plane, which is a flat surface. A flat surface like the top of your desk or the floor or your kitchen table. The top of that is a flat surface, anything that is a flat surface, even the ceiling or the wall, that is what is called a plane. Now, one thing that can be in a plane are lines. First of all, we have parallel lines. The parallel lines that we have discussed in the past, if you will remember, are two lines that go the same direction, and we are going to draw them. We have two lines moving in the exact same direction like this. Mine are not perfect, but that's okay. But these are two parallel lines that are going in the same direction. One thing special about parallel lines is that they will never touch. They will never cross each other. And it's a shame that they'll never meet because they have so much in common. That's just a little joke. Okay, so that's parallel lines. Now, what if they do cross? What does that mean if the lines cross? That means that they intersect, or they're intersecting lines. So intersecting lines, like I just said, cross each other. So let's erase this off of my little board. And I just lost one of my markers in the floor, and I'm not going to go after it. So we have intersecting lines. And you can't really expect anyone to draw perfect lines because nobody's perfect, but you get the gist of what we're doing here. So we have intersecting lines, lines that cross each other. These lines are crossing each other in such a way that they have some small angles and some large angles, which we will talk about in a few minutes. Now we also have special lines that cross each other in such a way that they're called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross each other that are exactly vertical and exactly horizontal, and they're special because the angles are 90 degrees. Now, 90 degrees is just 1/4 of a circle, and four of them together would make 360 degrees, which is how many degrees are in a circle. Okay, so lines can cross each other in various different ways, and they can be in perpendicular, which is what they are called when they're 90 degrees. Now, this little point where the lines cross, right there, has a special name, and it is called a vertex. A vertex is the point where the lines cross each other. So let's get into the angles now. So we have, this lesson is what I would call, let me make sure my little board is turned correctly, basics of an angle. So angle basics, basically. Angle basics. I had a lot of fun making these little signs, and I even had some of my students help me color them, which they enjoyed quite a bit. So now we're going to learn about some angles, and there are 3 basic ones I'm going to teach you about, but there's going to be a bonus 4th one that I will teach you about. The first angle we're going to learn about is an acute angle. An acute angle is not called acute because it's cute. although they are kind of cute. So an acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. We have, here's a nice little acute angle. And you want to know what's special about this little angle? We have a vertex, and then we have two lines that start at a single point, but those are not regular lines. They're actually called a ray, and we did learn about this in a previous lesson. So, a ray is a line that starts at a single point and goes in one direction forever and ever, because that little arrow indicates that it keeps going. So, when you have an angle that is acute, it is less than 90 degrees, because our 90 degrees would be up through there somewhere. So that is an acute angle. The next one we will learn about is a right angle. So a right angle is a 90-degree angle, and you better not argue with it, because a 90-degree angle is always right. So, a right angle, as we said before, is an angle that has one line that is perfectly horizontal and one that is vertical, and they have a vertex, and the place where they meet is exactly 90 degrees. This little box right here is a symbol that indicates 90 degrees. Even if what you drew is not a perfect 90 degrees, as long as you put that little box in there, you're telling people that that is a 90-degree angle. So we know that that is a right angle. Our next angle we're going to learn about, let's clean the little board off, is going to be the obtuse angle. Let me scoot that over a little. We have an obtuse angle there. And an obtuse angle is larger than 90 degrees. It is greater. This obtuse angle looks a little serious, doesn't he? All right, so now we have an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. We have a vertex there again, and we have our little arrows pointing. So we have two rays, and we have an angle that is greater than 90 degrees, because 90 would be right in there somewhere. So, an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. We got one more that is the bonus, because I said we'd learn about 3 basic angles and 1 bonus angle. Well, this one starts with a vertex. Then we have a ray going one direction and another ray going the opposite direction. And you may say that just looks like a line, but it is not a line. It has a vertex, a starting point. Then it has a ray going this way and a ray going this way, away from each other. And that is called a straight angle. A straight angle is 180 degrees, because do you remember that we said that a 90-degree angle is a right angle? In truth, and a 90-degree angle is half of a straight angle. 2 90-degree angles together equals 180 degrees. 90 plus 90. So, that there is the 90-degree angle. We also had the obtuse angle, which I'm going to do in orange. And that one, I'm going to squeeze right in there. So we had a straight angle, obtuse angle, right angle, and the acute angle we shall do in purple. So, and there is the acute angle. So we have learned about all these angles. We have also learned about different terms, like what a plane is, what intersecting lines are, what perpendicular lines are that are exactly 90-degree angles. We also learned about parallel lines that never touch. They go the same direction, but they never cross each other. And then we also learned about a plane. I think I may have already said that. So, anyway, that is the basics of angles. And I hope that you learned a little bit on this lesson, and we will go over a new lesson sometime soon. And I thank you very much for listening to this lesson. Goodbye.